What's up, YouTube? It is Carrie Johnson. Welcome to my channel. This is a separate page that I created from a separate YouTube channel I created from my past company. What I was about to say, what I was about to, it's a quick vlog, but I just posted my weight, which was 215. So my post was not intended to embarrass or make anyone feel bad that may be overweight or over obese or anything like that. So many years ago, several years ago, I purchased a 23andMe Ancestry Plus Health Disposition Health Report, an analysis of the saliva sample that I did in my apartment. And anyone could go and purchase it. A lot of people. Especially minorities of my racial demographic or other racial demographics, the amount of money that was spent for that 23andMe Ancestry Plus health results was around a little over $200, under $300. I remember growing up, there were a lot of people's Black parents that were spending that amount of money on name brand shoes and tennis shoes when it probably would have been a good idea to offer an ancestry test as a Christmas gift. Now that I think about all of the Christmas gifts that I no longer have, um, a lot of it was materialistic stuff. And then you encounter some personal life experiences, hate crimes from other racial demographics that, something, uh, there was a number of things that happened that pivoted, provoked me to purchase that 23andMe ancestry results. Regardless of what people would like to assume, social media platforms are not government official documents like a FAFSA form that clearly I have filled out. So while in California, I know that I filled out the FAFSA form. The only time that I can remember that I didn't fill out or I needed some assistance was with the very first college that I attended, and that would be the University of Phoenix. And I remember what Black female uh, was a admissions advisor who was assisting, and I brought my daughter in, who was a newborn at the time. I brought her into the office because I needed some assistance with the FAFSA form. But after that, when I returned back to California, Riverside City College and Coastline College, all those other schools, I filled out the FAFSA form. And I know what my race and ethnicity I selected that is considered personal identifiable information, just like religion is considered personal identifiable information. So uh, that's something that, you don't share with people randomly on the street. um, Asking you certain questions. It's just like, well, who is your mother? Who is your father? Or something like that. Random people asking you that type of stuff, information. But the the weight check-in was not intended to cause any type of insecurities for those females who might be watching it, or again, some females that should not be watching but might be criminally stalking or harassing or looking on my YouTube channel, um, or men, whoever, uh, that might get offended with, or just again, your own omission of guilt or insecurity that you might stumble upon my YouTube channel and see me weigh in for my weight. But anyway, go back to what I was trying to get at. It wasn't intended to uh, offend anyone who is probably obese. Technically, 215 pounds is obese. I'm 250 pounds. I don't look 250 pounds when I'm walking down the street. Uh, but part of self-managing my own healthcare in direct correlation with the providers that I see towards my employment defense. Um, I definitely bought that weigher from my local Walmart across the street, just to double check in, and because I do have some results showing that there's a possibility, likelihood, and likelihood is something that you just should take lightly, because again, it's all about how you handle what your food intake is. So today, I'm sitting on some dishes that I got to wash. I didn't feel like washing them right away, so I went over to this nonprofit to have a free lunch. Today they served macaroni and cheese and barbecue. I am not a fan of barbecue. I have never been a fan of barbecue. So that is one fatty food that you can definitely uh, won't ever really see me spend my money on. Because I was more of a corned beef sandwich person back when I was a kid. Uh, these cold corned beef sandwiches. I did not. I know a person had a barbecue thing that shouldn't have been eating it. Um, but that is for her to discuss with her healthcare providers, because I am not a caretaker for her, who needs to start taking responsibility for her mouth, her lies, and her deceit. So, in self-managing my own healthcare, I did take some extra ribs with me, just because I'm not going to cook later on this evening. So I have to watch what I eat. But what I do uh, have is, I buy certain vegan items anyway. Uh, so, yeah, so I think I'm experiencing a brain fog because I've got so many different things that are going on right now. But so yeah, today they had barbecue, mac and cheese, and then their vegetable was a side of green beans. I don't eat that stuff, so technically that could be considered black people's food. Um, you know, stuff that causes a lot of weight. But I'm going to tell you that what I saw, the reason for why I bring this vlog up is not only just because of the video I just posted about my weight, but in the state of New York, they have the form that clearly a lot of you need to start taking. You can't even use that excuse anymore that I don't know how to write and explain, but you somehow think that you can project onto someone else child because of their college major that, oh, she's supposed to advocate for me, and because I'm an obese male or an obese female, and that is not what I do. As a paralegal student, you have no right to harass any college student, regardless of what major they are in. Um, So that comes with a college level course. I do stuff for my daughter because that is my child and that's who I gave birth to and that's who I take responsibility for. And so I get offended when someone tries to do cyber harassment and impose onto me the way in which I run my household based off of my YouTube videos that I created on my other channel shows me exercising. It shows me exercising. It shows me some very brief videos because I have to proceed with caution on these YouTube channels for those who don't know me. And some of these men are trying to find out what women like to eat that they've never dated and don't even date their race of men. And and never even had experience dating their race of men or even having sexual contact with those races of men that some of these racial demographics, and I'm going to use this disgusting ass race, Italian race, as a an example because of the cyber harassment that I got imposed, that was being imposed onto me through my Pinterest page. And it has been very alarming that I am trying to file police reports against. Um, and again, a lot of that racial demographic, they seem to have lawyers working in just about every fucking department in every state across the United States. And it really, they could be directors, you know, they could be directors of the Massachusetts Commission on Discrimination. They could be working for the New York Attorney General's office. They could be a politician who also holds a license. That's one race that, if I find it so comical that they want to say something about a black female's figure when you don't even necessarily know if that race of if that black female actually dates your fucking race. That's a big clue. So a lot of my latest tweets have been intended to provoke a reaction and also set up what I'm going to be doing towards state bar complaints, because you know damn well that you shouldn't be harassing paralegal students. And so, yeah, so I do my weight check and stuff because, again, you should be able to put in writing, your, based on this, and the New York form even says it. If you feel that you've been discriminated against on these protected classes of 21, there's probably 19 to 21 protected classes for a particular job in which were not hired for, you have to explain yourself. And that comes with college level writing courses. There were people who assumed that based on my English and math placement, that were having conversations about me behind my back. There were college people, college administrative staff or something, because I said very little in my paralegal classes, and definitely was not there to kiss any college professor's ass to get a good grade. They're paid to do a job. So you have to, at the bare minimum, get general education college courses out of the way. Writing is no longer going to be an excuse for a lot of these people who are on Snapchat, that have these long nails, these ghetto ass piercings, nose piercings. You look ugly and terrible. And I'm still trying to figure out, like, you guys are making it into concerts. You're making it into, you're seen around driving and doing Snapchat videos. And I'm sorry, as a paralegal student, I cannot defend, and I won't defend something like that because I know how I would dress my daughter. And I didn't permit any YouTube channel at all. So I do. I'm gonna railroad your ass with the assumptions from you New York native New York pieces of shit, because you guys definitely have disrespectful fucking mouths. And the experience of hatred that I felt in that fucking city is unbelievable, and especially on the East Coast. And there's a lot of it has to do, and especially this city that I'm in now, is because I embarrass a lot of people who this state has given you guys healthcare insurance, in which a lot of you have not maximized the use of it, because you were doing what you were judging me for between 2016 and 2018 was me working and attempting to look for work every single day. That's what the U.S. Department of Labor and Workforce Harlem, when they sent me out on job interviews. When they sent me out on job interviews in Workforce Harlem, they tell you, did you attempt to look for work today? Did you put in a job application? Have you talked to any of our coordinators to send you out on interviews? I was sent to Queens for a call center interview, and I also, but the black dude, he immediately said, "I'm going to send you to the general manager position for the Halal Guys." Now, the Halal Guys, they've got food trucks all over New York City. I swear, it's unbelievable. It's like they run that city because of the amount of food trucks that are there. Um, I had an issue with trying to. I had MapQuest had some really bad directions for me because it was like LaGuardia or something. And I'm just like looking around. New York is such a big ass fucking city. And you get off the trains and stuff, it is just terrible. Um, Trying to learn your way around that city. But so yeah, so I had to go out and do those job interviews as my defense against the IRS for a black female who definitely I'm almost 100% slandered my name. And I had never had any intentions of ever going to New York, but it took for a car company to give me the name of this individual and then a law firm that is not listed and has never been listed on my resume. And I'm filing state bar complaints that, again, this racial demographic is of a different demographic that I definitely did not speak to him and have any very little interaction with, that I have to address that because I think that that was his birth state and that they were somehow running some type of law firm in the state of New York, which is why I put on my Indeed profile, do not contact me if you're a law firm. I specifically did that. That's why I wanted to interview with the Halal Guys. Any job in New York at that particular time from 2018 to 2019, I, I, I didn't want to have any interactions with law firms at that time in New York. So, because I know that there have been three particular individuals. Someone's son-in-law went up to New York in the 90s that might have also slandered my name when I was a child growing up in my birth state, and they were trying to take their little stupid asses up to New York. I don't know what the deal is. Again, I was in elementary school and middle school, and you black actors, you entertainment people, you're the ones that were taking your little fool asses in the 80s and 90s into my town. So, and you're still disrespectful. So, respect state and federal procedural complaints, and that I have been arming myself with the medical diagnostic testing to railroad your fucking fool ass. A lot of you arrogant, disrespectful New York pieces of shit. Um, you are not that fucking stupid as native New Yorkers, especially if you are in the entertainment industry. You are not that fucking stupid. FAFSA form is a U.S. government form. Instagram, Facebook, someone trying to act like a impersonating yourself as a police officer or attempting to, impersonate or act like use some famous picture or something like that, or some famous person claiming to say that I used his likeness off of a deleted Facebook page, um, or a deactivated Facebook page. I definitely have something for them as well. Um, there is going to be criminal referrals against some black females that were slandering my name. Um, and also, again, some other old ass rap group members. You've never met me before in your fucking life. I've been acquiring evidence for that stuff. Because you shouldn't have been. I wouldn't know where you would know me from as an old ass fucking rapper, because I wouldn't spend my money on a damn thing, especially to go and see you in no fucking concert. I go and pamper myself, so I don't spend my money on. A lot of you guys' concerts are pretty boring, so I don't watch them. It just looks like boring ass shit, or something that you would see in a strip club, which is pretty much boring. And I didn't go to strip clubs in California. I was a mom and I worked two $14 an hour jobs. And then I was also doing paralegal classes at night in 2012 when my daughter and I were in my studio apartment that we didn't even get a chance to enjoy. That I have the reference names of some black females that were references. That every time I put your name on something, I lost things. Um, One definitely personal, and then other things that were material. Like again, uh, two evictions, one in my birth state and then one in California, especially by somebody that, again, I don't know anyone in the state of Florida. I don't know anyone in the state of Georgia, and I definitely have never been to the state. I've never even stepped foot in the state of Georgia. So when I like railroad your motherfucking ass, the complaints that I'm filing is a criminal complaint because you are not that fucking stupid as music producers, rappers, singers, artists. You've never seen me any fucking where, especially in the state of Georgia. I have never wanted to visit that state, regardless of what TV shows come on television. That back then in California, growing up as a teenager, teenagers and middle school children, they don't have a life. So some of the times, what's on TV is on television. If you are a famous person and you are uncomfortable being famous, I have no control over that or your feelings. You just picked a career um, that you have to explain. I've never been in your industry before. And if a police officer has been trying to protect some coward ass white monkey actors, again, I've been doing acquiring the medical diagnostic testing to pursue U.S. Department of Justice complaints against you white monkey ass actors that they tweet out foreign actors. You need to be looking at the funky ass white male actors that, yes, I have been intentionally tweeting just to tell you indirectly, get a fucking real job. As actors. Yes, I watch stuff on television. I don't have a TV right now because I got rid of it. I didn't like what the fuck I was seeing in my apartment. Um, I didn't like what the fuck I was seeing, so I got rid of the damn TV, and I have not purchased another television since then. So you try to impose shit through the internet. When you're doing that, it is sort of like unnatural through your news channels like Yahoo News, Yahoo Finance, um, and they're talking about celebrities and sports figures yet again. That's why I got rid of the fucking television because I'm sick and tired of you talking about these white honky ass football players that I don't give shit about. I don't watch what you and your model girlfriends do, or I don't care to watch any of that crap or about your fucking life. Um, so there was a lot of idiot white law firms that need to start explaining your work experience. Because if you ever notice, they always hire at least one black person to be in the law firm. And I'm going to do more presentations soon to explain the services that I was actually licensed in Orange County um, were services that I could do as a paralegal student. I could not, and I was not interested in working in a law firm based on my negative experiences at law firms. So after 2012, I have not been in a law firm since. And I intentionally did that, applied to jobs, which is why I switched back to the culinary field when I got to the East Coast and made it very clear, don't send me to a law firm. And then some idiot boss of mine sends me to this law firm they sent me to this law firm in on Seaport in Boston to do wash dishes in their corporate cafe. After I told him that, I said, "Don't put me on any law firms ever again." Just it had the best view that I could ever imagine and it was like it looked like a scene of a movie. Seriously, but I've just been looking. I've been off of Snapchat for such a long time, and I'm looking at all these videos of just spotlight videos of all these random people that keep showing up, and I'm seeing these disgusting, ugly, long nails. I'm seeing these eyelashes, and I see them locally too. Like these women, you have to like. How are you guys able to afford doing the stuff that you're doing? Like who actually hires these types of people? I do see in a nonprofit locally, yeah, there are some advocates. That's what they call them here. That these black women have these long ass nails, these ghetto weaves with all these, just ugly stuff, and then you guys are doing marches and parades for Black Lives Matter, but yet the way in which you are carrying yourselves with these long ghetto nails. Some of you have drawn on eyebrows. That's something that I cannot stand. And you can definitely tell when somebody draws on their eyebrows. Like I'm talking about full shaving. I grew up in Southern California, so the Mexican girls, they used to have razor blades in their hair, and the Mexican girls also used to completely shave off their eyebrows. If you look at Jennifer Lopez's, the famous singer Jennifer Lopez's do it video, she nails that introduction perfectly by demonstrating what the California girls that I grew up with in Southern California in San Bernardino, what they really like. They shave their eyebrows completely off, and then they draw them on. And I'm seeing these Snapchat videos. That's not something that I don't like the term advocate. I will never use that term. Um, but you have to explain, and that comes with acquiring a college level English course. If you feel that you're not confident enough to write or fill out that New York State form that has the 19 or 21 protected classes in which you need to go through each and every last one of them, short paragraph, and provide evidence of, uh, based on this, based on my, and I'll just give this an example, based on my credit report, I felt that I was discriminated for this particular reason based on my credit report, and provide evidence. The evidence you can provide is the most recent credit report. I think 30 days is a good idea about a credit report. Um, and I'm not going to say it again. I read my blog is definitely is not intended to assist lawyers. I'm filing criminal charges because I've never given anyone permission to uh, criminally stalk me through personal public record searches of my birth state, especially of a certain racial demographic in which I don't associate with, and I definitely have never told anybody that stuff. But my PDF files, I put that up there for governing authority figures that when I assist on my my complaints, because there's some black people who have a history of not being truthful. They must have thought, well, she's probably just like them. She's probably a pathological liar. I was getting harassed, cyber harassment of narcissists, when that's not a term that I use. Narcissist is a white person's term. That is something that comes out of white people's mouths. And for the non-famous white people who, again, white people that are not famous, I've worked in corporate America, and I have a right to, file complaints, because you're not surveilling, you're criminally stalking. And I got one of my past employers on Twitter, in which I blocked their the hotel company that I'm going to use as evidence to file a criminal complaint against them, because you have no business contacting me, because I've never worked in the state of Illinois. I don't know anybody in the state of Illinois. So my employment was on the East Coast. So so that was my vlog, and this vlog has gotten to be so long. On July 30th, 2026. That was intended for me to just talk about why I did a weight check. Just wanted to see what my weight was, and then again, people get offended, like if they see a post or a vlog and you don't even have any personal memories with me at all, so you wouldn't know where those memories come from. Um, just like the YouTube post that I posted, just did, what is it, last night probably. It's just a Snapchat filter, but I hold the memory of a particular house having a picture of my deceased great grandmother, Carrie, who was, I think it was like it was an oil, it might have been a oil pastel painting that was in the living room. Um, that's because I'm going to destroy a lot of you little fools that are on my Pinterest page and the Instagram. That the picture stuff, as well as some non-famous people that I didn't give any permission to exploit my picture or put my picture up, because they know damn well that I did not get into the legal field to defend anybody's disgusting ass daughter or um, some people that I definitely don't have good memories of. Um, and I definitely did not get into the field to. I experienced a hate crime from veterans and military people. So why the fuck would you think? Why do you guys continue to impose onto me? I will not do shit for veterans. My doctor's appointments is not a reflection of these white men's characters, the non-famous people or the famous ones. Because there's a lot of you fucking famous white actors that I know that you have disrespectful fucking mouths. I know that you are obnoxious cunts. So the medical diagnostic testing that I'm getting is because regarding some communication I received, because uh, I know my life, and there's no famous white actors or New York rappers that that have what their racial demographics, that you can say that you have personal memories or personal experiences with me. That I've been acquiring medical diagnostic testing because you guys have also you've been a problem also. Um, and you know the difference between a famous person and a non-famous person. So this is my rambling. The people are rambling on Snapchat. Um, so that's pretty much it. I'm not using no filter. I don't want my daughter using no filter um, to distort her appearance. So this is all me, all me, no makeup. A lot of you girls that are on Snapchat, you have to, if you feel that you're being discriminated based on your personal, your appearance, you're gonna have to explain why you look the way that you look. I know that there's some nonprofits here locally that they clearly don't see anything wrong with the long ghetto nails, but for me, when I see these advocates that are at these stands typing on these computers. She cannot type. The black girl cannot type um, with speed because she's got these long ghetto nails. And for me and my daughter, I would take my daughter to nail shop in Costa Mesa, California. So anytime that I got my nails done, I was taking my daughter too, but and somebody probably might have saw us, but again, I go into the nail shops in Costa Mesa. If mommy's getting her nails done, my daughter's getting her nails done as well. And it was just her regular nails. There, clearly, I have some. Uh, I deactivated my Facebook page, but it was a monitor visit that I was on with my daughter, and I had brought her something, and it was a Monster High gift because at the time she was big on Monster High cartoon, and I bought something from it was some Monster High gift or whatever. I got a picture of it, and she is inside of it. It has some fake nails. So I got a picture of my daughter. I took a picture of my daughter on my monitored visit in at Maryville's Children's Home in Rosemead, California. So the fake nails that she's wearing are coming from this Monster High gift that I got her. So clearly, I would not let my daughter go to school with those fake nails. She was there at Maryville's Children's Home, playing around with these little fake kid nails or whatever or something like that that came inside the gift that I had got her. But when she was with me in Costa Mesa, California, and she was at school at Adams Elementary, it was just a single painting of her nails. My nails are not done right now, but I can just tell you right now from the Snapchat videos and then what I see locally from these nonprofit employees. I mean, you guys are just looking terrible. Like you have to. I can't. I don't wear these ugly sideburns that you guys are called. The black girls and other, like, your weaves are ugly, and you guys got these baby hairs. I cannot. I have not been on Snapchat for so long. I can't tell you how terrible you guys look. That if you're trying to get a job, um, I definitely would not hire you. These local nonprofits, they hire these females with these long nails, but I'm sitting there and I have personal experience with them. They cannot type with speed and accuracy um, with those long nails. So nobody's going to tell me what what I can and cannot do with my own company. Um, and you might want to start explaining, your appearance or whatever that so many of you have been critiquing. I saw another video about uh, the wearing the bonnet outside from some self-righteous, condescending black old ass woman, but she's not looking at these fake eyelashes that she has, like the eyelashes too. All these videos of these women with these eyelashes that don't look natural. If you're gonna wear eyelashes, can they be a little bit more? They're not paying for the single extension eyelashes because it's more expensive. So what they're doing is paying for these cheap glue-ons, um, installs that literally you can wear for a day, but they've been wearing them for longer. The single extension eyelashes that look more natural, uh, depending on who does them, they blend in so well that it doesn't look like it looks natural. Um, but for a lot of you females, like, as a paralegal student, that's not something that I would defend or try to write on your behalf or write a letter or anything about explaining um, why you're wearing those long ghetto nails, these ugly eyelashes, why some of you Spanish girls draw on your eyebrows. You completely shave them off and you draw them on. That's definitely Southern California for you, that you have to start mastering the employment forms through college level writing, or if you won't even be able to use that excuse anymore, because they now have free online writing classes that you can learn how to write and articulate yourself well to defend your personal appearance, for if you feel that you've been discriminated based on your personal appearance. Nose piercings, body piercings, unless you are going into a job interview for a tattoo shop, that would be appropriate. But for me, all these piercings and all this stuff is disgusting to me. That if you want to go into a specific job or go into, uh, you know, corporate jobs and stuff like that, that I don't see much of that. And even with the tattoos, you still, most companies still want the tattoos covered up. So um, that's why I don't have that many tattoos. I only have 4 tattoos, and I'm not getting any more. Uh, so you guys have to defend your appearance on certain stuff while you guys were too busy concerning yourself with what I'm doing, or why she went into a clinical research study, or with their hair not done or something like that. There's reasons for why I'm doing that. For some people who were slandering my name, and I'm not talking about my hairstylist that I see locally, but some other people who have got some uh, barber license or cosmetology license, that I am intentionally been doing stuff regarding my hair, and late as of lately, um, that even that won't, you won't be able to use that as an excuse for why some of you have not taken advantage of a lot of these clinical research studies and acquiring those test results. So that is my rant, my vlog for today, July 30th, 2026. My name is Carrie Johnson, and I'm a paralegal student.